Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Your Excellencies, EU High Representative and Vice President, Madam Kallas, Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. I bring warm greetings from the people of Solomon Islands and the Blue Pacific continent. I thank the European Union for the invitation to allow this ministerial forum and for the warm hospitality extended to me and my delegation. I speak not only for the Solomon Islands but also on behalf of my Prime Minister, Honourable Jeremiah Manele, who is the current chair of the Pacific Island Forum leaders. We meet in this forum with a clear purpose and a clear theme, building together a resilient and prosperous and a secure future. Excellencies, the Indo-Pacific is where our future comes together. If there is a time that we need each other, today is the time. Our sea lanes carry trade, our cables carry ideas, our shared rules protect our security. For the Blue Pacific and for Europe, stability, sustainable development, prosperity, and respect for international law are not slogans. They are the foundation of our people's daily lives. The Pacific Island Forum leaders through the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent and the 50th Pacific Island Forum leaders meeting in the Solomon Islands in September this year have set a course: protect our people and our planet, build resilient, create partnership that build in practice, not just on paper. For Solomon Islands, climate change is not a distant concern. It is a lived reality. It erodes our coastline, disrupts food security, threatens the very survival of our coastal communities and low-lying islands. Solomon Islands is determined to turn these challenges into opportunity, building a cleaner, more resilient and more inclusive future through partnership, shared responsibility and climate justice. Our National Climate Change Policy 2023 to 2032 and our long-term low-emission development strategy chart a pathway to net zero development. Our National Adoption Plan, now being finalized, maps coastal actions in water, agriculture, health, infrastructure, and fisheries that reducing climate change risk directly improve people's life. In responding to the impact of climate change, my country, in collaboration with partners, is implementing mitigating programs and projects at the national and community level. An example is the construction of the Tina Hydro project for major renewable energy, which is replacing 70% of our national capital diesel power electricity generation, reducing emission and low electricity cost for household and business. Across the provinces, solar mini grids are lighting clinics and schools and powering small businesses. Through the Solomon Islands Roadmap Aviation Project, we are building climate-resilient bridges, airports that can stand stronger cyclones, flash flood and rising sea. Along our coast, the Melanesian Coastal and Marine Ecosystem Resilient Program is restoring mangroves and reefs, the natural defense that protect lives today and store blue carbon for tomorrow. But resilient requires resources and speed. The Pacific Island countries continue to access support for the Green Climate Fund, the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, and other partners. Yes, yet access is too slow and too complex. We call for faster and fairer and more predictable finance, especially for adoption and loss and damage funds, must be at the community level with simplified procedures, local executions, and clear results. As Forum Chair, Solomon Islands will focus on the following regional priorities. First, we will put climate resilience on top of the regional agenda, scale adoption finance, operationalize loss and damage, strengthen disaster risk, reduce black nature-based solutions, and deliver a just energy transmission for small island developing states that is affordable and reliable. Second, sustainable ocean and fisheries. The Pacific Ocean is a global asset. We must end illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, uphold science-based management, expand value addition to our fish in Pacific communities, enhance maritime domain awareness, and turn satellite data into local actions. Third, improve connectivity and inclusive growth. Invest in resilient infrastructure and digital link that reach remote islands. Train our youth with skills. Unlock funding for micro, small, and medium-sized entrepreneurs. And promote a high-quality green tourist recovery that benefits local community. Strong partnership turn promises into projects. With the European Union's Global Gateway, we have a practical path to build climate-resilient, high-quality infrastructure that matches Pacific priorities. As chair of the Pacific Forum, Solomon seeks predictable and reliable climate finance, target technical cooperation, scholarships, and co-investment that builds local capacity to bring to the Blue Pacific leadership, stewardship of one of the world's largest ocean spaces, and strong track record of bridge building resilience. Excellencies, colleagues, allow me to propose. I come from a far place, and I'm on the other side of the world, so please allow me to speak a little longer. First, establish the Pacific EU Climate Adaptation Window, a streamlined SDS SEEDS focused facility that moves quickly from concept to project with community-led execution and transparent result. Secondly, launch an Indo-Pacific Maritime Monitoring and Enforcement Initiative, linking EU assets with Pacific system for real-time data, joint analysis, and coordinate action against IUU fishing and maritime pollution. Thirdly, create skills and mobility partnership that align EU demand with Pacific talent in the green and blue economy, in renewable, resilient infrastructure, sustainable fisheries, and ecosystem restoration, backed by a scholarship and mutual recognition. These proposals are not a new declaration. They are tools to deliver finance that flows, data that deters crime, and skills that create jobs. They respect national ownership, lift community outcomes, and strengthen a rule-based order at sea. Excellencies and colleagues, Solomon Islands will use our PI, the Pacific Island Forum chair, to help focus on implementation. We will champion streamlined access to climate and development finance, support initiative that protects our ocean and our people, and we insist on partnership that measure success by changing lives, not by communiques. We invite the European Union and Indo-Pacific partners to join us, project by project, port by port, village by village. The theme of this forum calls for us to act together. For Solomon Islands and for the Blue Pacific continent, climate action is survival. It is also our contribution to a peaceful, resilient Indo-Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Thank you. And now I give the floor to the Federal Minister of Foreign Affairs of Germany, Johann Wadefull.